Homegrown Heroes is back, and this year I've got a new recruit.
Kia ora touch whānau, it's time to nominate the unsung volunteers who put the mahi in for the sport we love.
Enter them now for the chance to win $5,000 for their touch community.
Kia ora touch whānau, welcome to Quick Hit, your short, sharp and touch relevant warm-up, with the aim of warming up and moving those important body parts before kicking into activity. The Quick Hit warm-up requires minimal space, minimal time, and allows for innovation.
Kia ora te whānau whānui, nau mai haere mai ki te 2024 Bunnings Masters National Championship held down here in the beautiful Palmerston North, and we are located at Ongley Park. Joining me in commentary this morning I have Rod Walker. Rod, obviously this is our second day of the live stream of this National Championship. If we just look back to day one, what was a standout game or moment in day one for you on our live stream games?
Kia ora te whānau. Yeah, it was a good day yesterday. Just as everyone started to bed themselves in and get in there. But for me, the real standout game for me was the 45 men's yesterday, the second game, Canterbury against Bay of Plenty. And, a lot of action and certainly a lot of top-notch players in there showing their wares. And then probably the second game for me was the 27 women's Hawke's Bay against King Country. A little one-sided, but it gave us a view into just how good the Hawke's Bay ladies are this year. And, just looking at how they went yesterday across the board, they travelled really well yesterday. So, I think between Canterbury and the Hawke's Bay ladies, they'll probably be there towards the end of this tournament for sure.
Yeah, I'm on that waka too, Rod. I was really impressed with the Hawke's Bay 27 women's team. They've obviously got three guns from my perspective anyway, but it was how well drilled and just connected the whole team were defensively through the transition area. In terms of the players that set up for those gun players, it was just really polished performance for me, the Hawke's Bay. So getting to see Canterbury and Waikato 27 women's in our second of the live stream games be really interesting to see, just to get a little bit of info to compare on as to who might take that grade out. However, on our first of our live stream games here on day two of these Bunnings Masters National Championship, we have the first game of our 45 men's grade. And in this game, we have a bit of a grudge match. We've got North Harbour, as we see there on screen, the North Harbour players versus Auckland. Now, just a quick shout out to, just as we're walking across, Rod, we're having a chat to Daniel Tupu Siliva, and he wanted to have a shout out to his Pacific Advanced school that he works at in the mighty Otahuhu. So just a big shout out to all the tauira kaiako, kaiawhina from that kura. Just a massive shout out to you from Daniel, and I'm sure you're going to be loving watching him show his best. So all the stories he told you about how much he carves up, you'll be able to see if that's true. We see the Auckland team there with a lot of big names in it. Rod, some that stand out for you?
Yeah, they certainly are, and obviously at the top of the list there is George Albert Yonke, been around for years, knows his way around the park, and also the likes of Dave Edmonds. So they'll lead it, but they're kind of Tony Stevens, Mike Berry, they're the guys that don't mind putting their head down and doing the grunt work. So look for them, and I see all of them just pretty much well out there at the moment, all bar George. And then on the Harbour side, they'll be led around the park by Nga Blair and Kenneth Tohovaka. Both of them been in this provincial scene for a long time. They know their way around. And then obviously Quinton Perry and Dan. Dan is the speed man. So it'll be good to see him just open up if he gets the opportunity here. So looking forward to an awesome game. Very
different journeys by these two teams. North Harbour having a slow start yesterday, but started this morning with a draw, and Auckland being very dominant. 3 from 3 yesterday with big score lines, and another win just over Counties Manukau Black, 3-2. So it'll be interesting to see. Harbour on the rise, and Auckland started with a hiss. North Harbour to tap us off in the first of our live stream games here on day 2 of the Bunnings Masters National Warehouse Bunnings Warehouse National Championships here in Palmy. Two of the players you talked about straight away. Narumu Blair, number 2, with the ball in hand. We're used to a rocketing start. I wouldn't say this is rocketing, but straight into it. McCliver goes short side.
Yeah, I like that attack though. They've been very direct with it, just attacking the defensive line and just forcing the defenders to make that decision. And Mike Berry, he's got a big engine on him, so you can expect him to be there or thereabouts the whole day for Auckland.
Nice touch there from the Harbour player. Just allowed him to get that turnover from the Auckland player. Good start from both teams. While it's not the 100 miles an hour game, you can just see that the comms that they have. Again, most of these players playing for at least 2 decades.
Lindstrom on the run, directly into the moon. McLiver picked the ball up. Nothing on option, looking for a phase play. See if they can go long on this one. Who can deliver? Can he finish?
Sideline ref hasn't raised his hand for a forward pass. Gives them the all clear. And we see there, Thomas Pilkington awards the first touchdown for North Harbour again. Narumu Blair just seen the Auckland winger, was well in field. Beautiful pass out to the number 13, Ken Wilson, for the first dot down.
But yeah, for me, Alan Lindstrom on that one there came in hot, real hot on that one there. Nice set, opened up the space and just allowed Blair to to pick that and release it. George Albert on the ball now. Let's see what he can do. He'll pump into the hole, looking for a follow, not quite there.
Oh, that was beautiful from what George did. You see him take a real wide, instead of just stepping to the side, he went really wide, dragged his opposite defender out, which made a huge gap there for the Auckland dummy half. As you see, George has taken him miles out, got easily into the in goal. Did number 7, David Edmonds, for the nice pass and dot down from number 10, Jacob Dilworth.
Yes, Steve Fraundlich there, just on that little follow, and plenty of vocal, so just to draw the players in and allow Edmonds just to pop through that hole.
Tell you what, we've got some young bulls out here in the referee uniform. Sam Taylor, Thomas Pilkington, Ashton Foote. Sounds like they're having a who can blow the loudest whistle off. Full of energy. Great to see these young men out here. Very quality group of referees.
You see Tupu Saliva just coming around on the sweep there, unable to take that ball. Auckland bringing it out. Let's see how quickly and how clean they can get to their box and get their transition on.
Didn't quite get the body over the ball there. Got away with it though. Auckland now though, this being the 5th touch. Just work there from George Albert, just getting to the outside of the player. North Harbour thinking he was probably going to drop there, Rod, but just got on the outside and simple draw and pass. Nearly had a touchdown down the left-hand side.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Auckland run that play again. Just a nice little stack in the middle of the field before they all kind of roll out and just hands through. So it looks like it's it's an organised play for them. So we'll see if they can run it again. George Albert and Dave, partners in crime here. Let's see what they can come up with.
Oh, lovely pass. Narumu Blair can do it. So can George Albert. Just seeing the option, seeing the defence in nice and tight as you take us through this replay, Rod.
Yeah, Georgie nice little split, and he split hard on it. And then obviously George has got all the time in the world just to make his choice on that one. But with most defences, when they are rolling like that, and you get Edmonds and Albert Yonke together, well, most of the focus is going to be there. So the defence tightens up. In this case, just a little bit too much.
I think what both of these teams are showing us is it's not who can run the fastest up and down the field, but who can be the smartest at the right ends of the field. So probably not a timely comment to make with a pass like that, but what they're doing really well is just reading what the defence is offering them and making the right decisions. Good game, 2-1, Auckland up against North Harbour. There's our man who come over to us, the number 15 there, Paul Refa. He said, who do I need to show my gun licence to? And I said, what are you talking about? Next minute he gives me a big old extend to those biceps, and I said, no one, sir. So we see here, the ref just blowing time off. Might be wanting to have a quick chat with the North Harbour defender. May have felt that touch was just a little bit too hard. Be interesting to see what we say. Here. So you see that sign where the referee raises his hands, put it across like that. That means that player has been sent to the sub box. It's a chili bin, for lack of a better term, where they're saying to the player, go to the sub box, calm down, you're not sin bin. That player can actually just go off and come straight back on, or hopefully what the coach is doing is just having a word to the player saying, chill out, bud, because next time it'll probably be a sin bin.
Yeah, just a little bit unfortunate there, I think, for Ngāti Mublia. Just caught a little bit upright on that touch, and it looked a little bit heavy. So we see just a nice little quickie play here from Auckland, just unable to get around the outside there. Good coverage by Regan Heyman on that one. And some good connection at the moment from North Harbour down on the line.
Rawiri and Broaden working together in the middle of the field. Looking for that quickie, steps off his right. Yeah, good defence here from North Harbour, Rod.
Yeah, and good from Kenneth Tohuvaka there. He didn't work too hard on that one. He just held and everyone staying man. So, although on this one here, it looks like he's starting to reach a little bit, trying to go out of zone. Auckland just going to try and run him. No, good defence from Harbour there. Managed to defuse that set. Let's see how clean they can get over to their transition side.
North Harbour now going through that transition phase. Good yard there, and another great yard. Number 12 from North Harbour. Alan Lindstrom. He's one of those, obviously, those workhorses that really gets North Harbour on the front foot. Great extra pass. Beautiful hands by the 14. That was a really good play there, Rod, from the North Harbour just down that right-hand side.
Yeah, Tupu Silva. It's, we've seen it before, and when he's played opens, he certainly plays off the cuff, and in that instance, just gunning that hole and with a little tip. So, it's just a little bit more effort in terms of getting that off, and then it'll put Auckland under a lot of pressure.
Stefan Zembo with the beautiful hands there, the 14 from North Harbour. Good D so far from Harbour. Auckland haven't really got a roll on in this set. I'm pretty sure that's the fourth touch. Do we see the fifth? George Onke on with the ball now. Pretty easily defended. That's a really good set there from North Harbour. It's always good to get the ball back on your defensive 10 metre line.
Yeah, they managed to D that set out just at the bottom of their 10. So very good defensive set there from North Harbour. It makes it a lot easier for them to get down to this 7, and we'll see what kind of attack they can do as we see Tohuvaka sweep on around for the sweep. Let's hit him to the outside. Can he hit that outside? Ooh, thought there might have been a little bit of a shepherd in there, but the refs allowed them to play on. We're getting deep into the count now.
I just wonder how premeditated in those last 3 sets from North Harbour they have been to throw the long. I think definitely the first occasion it was the short ball that was on, so I'm sure they'll make that adjustment, and Coach Ngāti Blair will get those comms through to the team.
Yeah, I think for North Harbour at the moment, they're interested in trying to stretch Auckland and just keep them open a little bit, and allow them to spring a trap towards the end just to take that inside link lane.
Oh, too easy from number 11 from Auckland, Joshua Milner. I'm not sure you'll get an easier one than that, Rod.
No, I think it looked like he was a little bit fortunate. I thought there might have been a bit of a shepherd in there as he came around the back on that one there, but you got to play to the ref's whistle. Especially as a player, you're not the ref. You just got to keep going. So I think North Harbour fell a little bit there and sort of just switched off, thinking that they were going to get a penalty on that one.
No obstruction. There was a bit of a Hollywood to try and get that obstruction. He was never within the vicinity. Good work there from Milner. North Harbour now, though, 3-1 down. I think they'll be a little bit shocked by the Auckland having jumped out. Oh, there it is there. See, much better. See, the difference on this one, Rod, is the Auckland defence were trying to shut towards the middle. So that was their movement. I'm not sure we'll quite get to see this. See, going this right side, coming back to Ngāti Blair, holding the defence up. They were heading infield, and therefore the space was out on the wing. Whereas the previous 3 times, the attack was rolling that way, and therefore the defence was already heading out. So, great adjustment from Ngāti Blair. Excellent work there from North Harbour. 3-2.
Yeah, and I think on that one there, Ngāti Blair, just a lot more accuracy in the pass too, in terms of his selection here. So we see Albert Yonke on the ball. Edmonds with him again. Steve Fraunders just with a follow on the inside. Same play. Can they finish it? Oh, no! I think Edmonds might have gone over the back line that time.
just makes it so much easier for the ball player when you have someone set it up in the perfect manner, like we're seeing George here again. He just creates so much space for the dummy half to be able to go through. And as you talked about, David Edmonds gets into the back of the in-goal area pretty easily. 3-2 though, good defence from North Harbour. Straight into their work, we see him again. I think that was the number 12, Lindstrom.
Yep, he'll work. Lindstrom will work all day. It's a nice flow here from Harbour as we see Toho Vaka just put a nice little step on as he pumps through. The wing shakes free.
Probably lucky there. Do you think he passed it too early maybe? But great work. Neither defender was offside as we see there. Toho Vaka gets through nice and easy. Probably could have held on to a bit longer but wanted to get it to his mate. Touchdown, no sweat. Number 6 from North Harbour, Daniel Kifa.
Yep, and definitely the work, the good work of flow. Once you can get that defence rocking on their heels, certainly makes it a lot easier to attack. It's kind of spiced things up another a little bit here now. Maya 3-3 all.
Yeah, great first game. Again, it's not 1,000 miles an hour, but the attack is quality. This is probably the first time I've seen Auckland a little bit disjointed in their attack. A lot of it being through the middle. You talked about the stack, which we've seen a lot of. Yeah, not really putting North Harbour under pressure in that set. I think they're a lot more effective when they're going through the middle, as we've seen with their first 3 tries.
Yep, yeah, definitely. And I think. With a lot of it, they need a little bit of direction change in their play to just try and collapse the defence in, as we see Tupu Siliva trying to milk a penalty on that one there. But luckily, Stevens was there to make that touch. As we see Berry create some speed off that one there.
Like North Harbour's defence, they're really lifting up on the line. They're not waiting for Auckland to come to them and just letting them roll them down to their defensive end. 4th touch, really good set so far from North Harbour. Zemba now having to work hard. Late cuts, how they scored their 3rd try. Well done from North Harbour.
Yeah, good work once again from Lindstrom. He's anywhere that the ball is, he seems to be around. So he must have a bit of a roving role in the team. But here he comes again.
Here he is.
Right from the back fence. And he's doing really well at the moment as Lindstrom.
Good teamwork there from the referees. Really like that. You've seen the sideline referee put his hand up. Now, yes, that normally does mean someone stepped over the line, but it's just the signal to the on-field referee that if he was thinking that was a drop, it was a drop in the ruck. So good work there from these 3 young men. Good pick-up. The thing with Lindstrom is not only is the pace that he comes on, but the size of the man is such that no defender is going to affect that roll ball. So, again, a great asset like we know George is in setting things up. So too Lindstrom.
There's their little fly plate, and they stack them up again.
Probably not quite the injection of pace needed once they have those overlaps to really hit those holes.
Yeah. I think the first 3 kind of needs to square up a little bit and just allow the roll out there just to be a little more effective, as we see Georgie with the long, but it was picked off.
Here we go. Oh. Thought we were going to have our first runaway.
Yeah.
You look at
the sprint match.
You look at these 3 refs; they'll probably be down the touchdown zone waiting for about 20 metres. They're so quick.
There's certainly some youth in these refs, and they're doing an awesome job at adjudicating this game. As we see North Harbour just trying to set themselves up now with Tupu Siliva and Naru Mublia trying to work their magic.
Yeah, there's just another one of those ones where the defence is already sliding this way. There's really nothing holding them in the middle or getting them to turn their shoulders in. So, again, Auckland not under too much pressure. Great first yard there from George Albert, and second one backed up by the number 12, Stephen. Oh, thought he was through. I tell you the one thing which I've liked about the refs is the size of the sevens. There's heaps of space for these teams to play. And this grade is the hardest grade in the world to get 7 metres out of. No one wants to get back any further than they have to, but these grades even less. So for these 3 young men to do the job they are and keeping these teams apart as we're probably only going to get this last roll ball of this first half, which is flowing by. Backdoor play. Guys get on the outside, and there we see the hooter. Perfect timing for both teams. Very fair contest, great contest, 3-all going into this first half break.
We're real team members, so you get real savings. No celebrities here, just the lowest prices.
Ask the team about a Ryobi electric screwdriver, only $63. Come in and grab this Dulux interior paint at amazing $116.94. And we've got Yates Weed and Feed, just $27.94 each.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 15%. Cut! I've always wanted to do that. Bunnings Warehouse. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Kia ora team, George here from Touch NZ. Now we all enjoy a bit of touch, but without a proper warm-up, the chances of being injured are massively increased. So to keep you on the field and out of the emergency room, Touch NZ have made a short and easy warm-up series for all levels, proven to lower the chance of injury by close to 50%. So head on over to our site and check them out. Play safe, play smart.
Homeground Heroes is back, and this year I've got a new recruit.
Kia ora touch whānau, it's time to nominate the unsung volunteers who put the mahi in for the sport we love.
Enter them now for the chance to win $5,000 for their touch community.
Kia ora tiwi, no mai hoki mai. Welcome back to the first of our live stream games on day 2 of the Bunnings Warehouse Masters National Championships for 2024 down in Palmerston North at the beautiful Onley Park. Just off camera while we're having a break there, Rod. You thought Auckland's still going to get this? What makes you think that?
Oh, I think there's a lot of smarts in this Auckland team, and I would expect the likes of George, Albert Yonke and Dave Edmonds just to change the plan up a little bit here. But take nothing away from Harbour. They've basically taken yesterday's results, thrown those in the bin, and come out here and said, look, we'll take everything on, and they're doing a very, very good job at it. And for me, in terms of Harbour, where they're winning it at the moment is just their orange zone defence, and they're just keeping Auckland down, out of their green zone. So it's just an awesome job at the moment from North Harbour. It'll be interesting to see, especially when you're running wave defence like that, if they can keep that up for the entirety of this half. So let's see how that rolls out.
Yeah, you made a comment. I talked about in the end of that first half how they'd been coming to this side and sort of throwing to nothing, but you sort of suggested that might have been intentional to set their defence up.
I think so. I think they backed their defence through the orange zone. But right now they need to take care of the line, and they do a very good job there, especially off a kickoff. Auckland's already halfway to their line, so they've done an awesome job. Now they need to get out of here, as we see Auckland just starting to push up now, push their defenders forward pretty hard.
Really good call from the referee there. Could have easily have given a in the ruck just with the picture that was there. Technically perfect call, well done. Ashton Foote, sort of a local from Horowhenua Kapiti, Parapara Umu. Great young man, great young ref. This is the combo though, isn't it? George and David. These are the two that have been getting into the end goal, setting things up.
Yeah, they're just trying to pull the 3 out of zone at the moment.
Oh, that's not fair. That is not fair. Take us through the replay.
Yeah, it's a little bit unusual. Obviously a quickie, but the link stepped up at the same time there, and George thought, the link's really high, I can have a crack at him here. And that he did.
Again, a good call. The link defender from North Harbour never had 2 feet on or behind the scoreline, so was out of play through, and George literally walks across and puts the ball down. 4-3. Auckland did this in the first half. Harbour came back at them pretty quickly though. Lindstrom and Tohovaka, as we see here. Oh.
Yeah, unfortunate there for North Harbour. They're going to need to tidy those ones there up if they want to stay in this competition. You see how clean Auckland can get. Nice movement, ball movement there from Auckland as they're working their way through. Good penetration as we get the transition on. We can see Stevens and Berry on the park now, just getting ready to try and set things in motion as we see the drop go. Nothing showing. Reset, backing out. Going to play for the left side again. Just running the countdown.
Yep, a tactic we see a lot of teams do, Rod, is handing the ball over in the opposite corner of the opposition's sub-box, so they're having to use a couple of touches up.
Yep, and that was the trigger for Auckland to run alternative patterns here in waves, so they're managing to defend it, and that's the result.
Yeah.
You know, defence at the end of the day is just pressure, and Auckland did a really good job there of just lifting up on waves and putting as much pressure as they could on North Harbour.
This second half started with a whole lot more intensity than the first half did, and particularly from Auckland, and in particularly on their defence.
Oh yeah, give Harbour their dues. I think they've given Auckland a bit of a shock here in that first half, and Auckland know now that they're in a fight, so they're going to have to pick their game up. Freundlich on the ball, just trying to work the threes around. Albert Yonke for a quickie, going to go long. Doesn't need to. No, good defence there from Harbour.
We've just seen on all of our live stream games, there's one or two athletes that physically are just a step ahead in terms of that fitness, their agility they still have, and their speed. And George is one of those. So he looks long out to the passive, gets on the outside. Great attempt there from the number one from North Harbour, Scott McCliver. But the Auckland player had the pace on him.
Yeah, nice little setup there by Georgie. Just a quick end. This comes right into the passive. And to be honest, it was a very nice line by Steve Freundlich there. And he backed his speed off that passive. So good work. You know, we were hoping that, sort of expecting that Edmonds and Albert Yonke would change the game plan up a little bit. And looks like they're starting to throw in a couple of extra plays out there now. We see Lindstrom again, and with the power drop. Short, ooh, nice little hole developed there. It was a near thing.
Yeah, would have liked to see Tuivaka probably penetrate that hole a little bit more to draw that middle defender in from Auckland to give Lindstrom a little bit more of an opportunity. Sure that adjustment will be made. Again, we see a stoppage here. Referee, not sure if he was stood on or run over. Yep, looks like a little bit more than just a sore foot, as we unfortunately see. Referee Taylor coming off. Ah, look at that, still doing his job. Told the on-field referee the counts too. So always thinking about the referee group performance. We see some referees out the back over behind the North Harbour box. I imagine one of them might be asked to come over, and I'm sure they'll all be sprinting to get onto the live stream.
Yep, just a little bit unfortunate there. Young ref just rolling his ankle. I'm sure we'll get the medical team looked at him real quick. See Stevens to Berry. Berry just trying to punch into that line. Stevens going long. Can we release? Oh, good defence.
Great hustle, Doug Ratahi. Ratahi with a beautiful dive. And here he is, straight into dummy half. Kimber. Oh, nice run onto the ball. Lindstrom. He's been listening to us, so he's just serving this up for us. Oh, this is definitely one of the best Hollywoods. Was that a Hollywood, or did he just trip over?
I think he just tripped over.
Nice drive there from Daniel, the number 10 from North Harbour. Oh, 6 again. Do we go? What, you happy with that call, Rod?
I don't know. For my mind, I think he had his hands in the lane. I think it might have been intentional, but the interesting part was he had his hands in the lane, but he was rubbing his face. So he managed to sell that one to the ref. So good on him. North
Harbour now trying to match Auckland's defence, just lifting up off the line a little bit quickly than they have. Auckland have come out and really shocked and put two on them quickly.
Yeah, that was definitely a clunky transition there from Auckland. You can see they were pretty late in sweeping on that one. So I guess it's something that the Peru will need to tidy up for the next transition over, as we see Tupu Silva just trying to get a little bit of a setup here. Cedric Tamati just waiting in the wings, ready to run his roll. Fake one side, can he get in? unfortunate.
Do you think they just don't back themselves to get into the end goal?
Yeah, and he released really early on that one there, and the plan probably there was for him to find that the back of the touchdown zone there, and I think they would have done a lot better. But you're right, and we certainly find it a lot in the younger grades. They just don't back themselves. And it takes a wee while for them, to learn that and have confidence in their abilities with the youngsters. As we see Auckland bring that up, much better transition there. That's the second. They're already up to their 10-metre zone, so much better transition on that one.
We haven't seen too many teams in our first 7 live stream games that have different gears that they can go to. But this Auckland team, I wouldn't say they started in neutral, but they have definitely come out with a different gear in the second half. Good pick up there from referee Foot again, but probably 1 or 2 gears they've lifted up. So just to have that ability within your team, Rod, must be awesome where you can go to a new level. Yeah, well, I guess the energy levels complete have picked up. We can definitely hear the box. There's a lot more chatter in the Auckland box at the moment, so obviously there's been some words said in there, and they're just lifting the levels a bit. Tawavaka picks up, goes short side, probably didn't use the numbers. They had a 4-on-3 down there, but just throwing that long ball really took any numbers opportunity away. Great game to start with for the first one of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. You see Auckland here, that's the third, so they'll be wanting to kind of pick the pace up and get a little bit deeper down the line.
Just seen Auckland work their way up.
Someone's going to have to get in shortly. Usually Berry's got the legs. Yeah, I think if he had just gone to the right there, I think he would have had the legs on Blair on that one. But Harbour managing to diffuse the threat, and that's what I'd like to see from Harbour. A little bit more, just giving the ball a little bit more air, and obviously Auckland's lifting up on them, so if they just shift the ball outside those rising defenders, I think they'll go a long way to get downtown, a hell of a lot easier.
Tupu Saliva, when he's come on from that box, he's really injected some pace, but we just hasn't had someone go with him that can pick off the back of that and get through the Auckland defence.
Yeah, well, he's certainly got some legs, so finding someone to go with him might be a little bit difficult. But that's the energy lift that North Harbour need, and just someone to follow behind. And Auckland being very patient here to pick out their target, who they want to get. Nice little step off from Edmonds there. Albert Yonke just taking his time, searching for a penalty maybe. No, waiting for the defenders to step up. I thought they might have hit the passive line. Frondlich was back on it again. Referee just pushing the Harbour defence up, just trying to keep them honest on it as we run a late. Good lift there by Tupu Silva. And as usual, George Albert Yonke always with a smile on his face. Absolutely. He enjoys the game. He loves the game. Been around it for many, many years. Great servant.
Yep, looking forward to see him playing for the Valley next year, because it's probably the only team left at Province that he hasn't played for. He's obviously trying to get those singlets for the man cave. What do we have here? It looks like a off the mark, is it? Referee Foot pointing to the mark. Forward pass off the ruck.
Yeah, Auckland just taking their time on it.
Very much so. The whole speed intensity has totally been taken out.
Yep.
As Auckland just reset themselves, get 4 new players on. Third touch, I would imagine that one is. Now they'll be looking to get into the part of the field.
Broughton on the pickup.
Backdoor play. I thought he was going to step back, short side.
Nice coverage by North Harbour there. Just staying man, not panicking.
This game's flowing by. There's only 3.5 minutes left. When I looked up in the first half and there was 6 seconds, I was like, where did that go?
Speak something from Broughton here. Broughton just steps to the outside. Once again, there's that wave defence from Auckland, just putting the pressure on Harbour, just looking for errors.
3 Auckland players up for those first 2 touches. Blair with the ball. Setting things up back into the middle as North Harbour try and get back to 6 players on the field.
Looking for the scoop. He's our quick man. He's in the hole.
Oh, I thought there was a touch. Beautiful pass. Tupu Saliva. Just pace, wasn't it, Rod?
Absolute pace. And we know he's got plenty of it, but it was a very good set there, and Dan worked his man very well, and he's got plenty of pace. He's got all the pace in the world. And a pass to boot, so nice finish there from our winger there, Daniel Keefe.
5-4. Good set of def here from North Harbour. They might be able to tie it up. They'll probably get 2 sets.
Harbour keeping Auckland honest here and see what Auckland can come up with. Looking for a little follow play by Frondlich. Not quite there. Good cover there by Toho Vaka. Dropping a little bit deep into the line.
Go, boy!
As we see,
Kimber.
Here's the sprint we were looking for, Maya.
Don't pass. Yeah, we go. First yards.
Very good.
Zemba, sorry. Stefan Zemba. Got North Harbour on the front foot. 1:30 to go. Down by 1. This is the climactic ending we had hoping for in this game. North Harbour already have a draw in their first game today.
They got the man on the field.
Blair.
Blair. Is he going to throw it?
Goes
yes, he
wrong.
is.
It's the pass.
Oh.
I just wonder sometimes about getting that penalty. I'm not sure whether the person in the middle of the field really affected that way the pass was thrown or the way it was caught. Sometimes I think you get an extra on when maybe you didn't deserve it.
Yeah, but it's certainly the play that's been working with them, with Blair coming around and releasing that long. So I'm picking that Harbour will soak up a couple in here and maybe go back to that play again. Just trying to tighten up that Auckland wing, see if they can bring them in.
Backdoor play.
Sweep, Lindstrom on the ball. He's been good all game. He has been absolutely perfect all game as Lindstrom, working hard. That time he's on the sweep, and obviously these players know one another. It's a local derby for them. So let's see how we can come running the M out. Expect a long. That's where we're going. Oh, nice little step.
Oh, there it is. Ties it up. 5-all. 20 seconds. I'm going to say Auckland's going to get 2 touches. I thought they took their numbers away from when they had the backdoor player and Blair went left, but great work here. Out on the wing, number 6 from North Harbour, Daniel Keefe. And there we have it. What a result. What a turnaround for North Harbour. Lost 2 games yesterday, had a draw this morning and had a draw against probably the best team in this grade, Rod. As we see, North Harbour tied up in the last seconds, 5-all. Great game.
Homegrown Heroes is back, and this year I've got a new recruit.
Kia ora touch whānau, it's time to nominate the unsung volunteers who put the mahi in for the sport we love.
Enter them now for the chance to win $5,000 for their touch community.